From new home builds to residential and commercial renovations, this builder does it all.
Let's go meet Ross Contracting.
Hi Carson, hi Viviana.
Hi guys, come on in.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jeff.
Hi, I'm Melissa.
And we are
Ross Contracting.
Everything started in the high school as I was having my summer break where I was working in renovation and construction industry, and I love it. Decided after a while to go study welding, worked 2 years in the industry, and oh, this is not my passion. Went right back to the renovation and construction industry for several years, become a master carpenter, and after that, meet my wife, decide, you know what, we need to start a business together. I will say that our biggest pivotal point was 14 years ago when we both decided that we need to move from Quebec City to Alberta.
We stretch out of our comfort zone completely.
And I can tell you, it was such a stretch. We were thinking when we move in here, our greatest challenge will be the language. And it did not take long that we both realized this is not our biggest problem. The building code, the way to build, everything is so different in here. We love a lot of great stuff back home. Some other stuff was like, we move in here, learn a ton of things that we love, some other things that, and we kind of just both look at it and decide, man, we need to use the best of both sides to offer something amazing to our customer. At Ross Contracting, we got a slogan that said, quality contractor with real value.
This is not just words, this is the values we want to stand behind.
The biggest element I think that really set us apart is our quality control. When I see something that does not meet our standard, I'm not waiting that the customer complain. I just make my crew fixing it. For us, it's just part of our values. But the thought process for us when we do a major renovation will be understanding what the customer is looking for, but also help them and guide them in not disfiguring their house.
It's not just choosing materials, colors and everything, but you need to make sure everything blends very well together.
You were telling me this house was originally built in 1976. There must have been some drastic changes. Tell me what you had to do to accomplish that.
The first number thing that we need to overcome is double checking if we have asbestos in the building. And sadly, this house was quite contaminated with a lot of it. And after that, we also encounter a lot of structure issues, and we did not want to just leave everything in behind. What I mean by that is we move a lot of wall in here, we change the layout drastically, but we also know that the building code in 1976 is not the same as right now. And when we do such a major renovation, we need to bring everything to our new code, not the previous code. For us, we always want to try to serve our customer with a really, really high standard, but we also would like to value our trade with a really high standard. We use everybody local, and for us, Central Alberta is our community. For me, I always find it a little bit disappointed that most of the customers seems to just look for the bling bling. As long as it's good for 5 years anyway, we'll do renovation. I would like to offer a service where it's good for 50 years and they still love it after 50 years and it's not out of date.
So this space is totally different now. Where did this concept come from? Was it all you?
No, we were working closely with a designer to keep that style of mid-century home and to make it functional for every family.
Well, because I'm super passionate, I love to meet a customer that have that same passion, that is striving for that quality from that smaller detail. The way that we try to balance innovation and tradition, this is a beautiful example in this house. We really try to salvage all the woodwork. We try to salvage everything that we could because we did not want to disfigure the house. We were looking to still have a homey home at the end, not just a project. I think our biggest challenge is when COVID hit and we had in our heart to do a show home, to get out of our comfort zone, to really go above and beyond everything we ever did. We still decide to walk by faith. We did that show home during COVID. We went over that $1 million when nobody else was knowing us. Our biggest challenge in Central Alberta is sometimes because of those boom, the house can be so bad that it's a huge challenge for us to find the line. Where do we stop? Where it makes sense? How much do you want to offer to the customer? We don't want to compromise, but it also needs to make sense. The way that we make our project sustainable will be an example of bringing everything that we demolish on the beginning to Habitat for Humanity. Taking our time, caring for it, make sure that we don't just garbage to garbage. After that, we want to make sure that he needs to belong in the neighborhood. We will always encourage the customer, don't overspend there, you will be the most expensive house in the neighborhood. And the last thing will be, he still need to feel like home. Nothing is better than just that cozy feeling.
We were talking earlier about sustainability and you mentioned reclaiming wood.
Yeah, this is a perfect example in here, Carson. All the cedar behind me, we salvage everything, we sand it down, we repurpose it, refinish it. All the millwork, all the door, all the casing. I can tell you this was such an adventure. We need to go to Habitat for Humanity to try to find new slab and try to salvage it. But at the end, we were really happy and satisfied with the product because we were able to salvage everything. We got a great quality and a great product in here. As much as I love technology, I still think that the technology cannot create character. I love the example of that restaurant, what we are finishing right now. The customer was looking for something really dramatic, something new, something different. And we use almost like a piece of countertop that we're installing vertical with some light in behind, and this is just so beautiful. Or the really big wine rack that is full of light with all those bottles right at the front entry. It's just awesome. I think Alberta is really seeing another big boom pretty soon. And I think it will be like that also through all Canada. We have a lot of immigration, we got a lot of new people coming in, and we will need to be able to host it. My intention is to make sure that the quality does not go down even if the quantity needs to be there. I think our biggest legacy that we will leave in behind, it's the quality of what we did, is the fact that we did not want to cut corner. Is the fact that in 50 years we're hoping that those buildings will still stand with certain amount of pride because of the quality that was in behind.
Oh, for us, of course, it was the show home. We pour our heart in that project, but not just that, it was through COVID, because when we put that house for sale, it was gone in 2 hours. So just for that, through all those circumstances, it was just amazing.
You cannot buy passion, you cannot teach passion, but if you have that passion, nothing can replace it.
Jeff Mealy, thank you so much for touring us in your beautiful home today. Once again, it's Carson and Viviana, and we'll see you in the next episode of Blueprints Alberta.